They deceive by appearance. Influence is never neutral. In the Bible, influence is treated as power, the power to shape conscience, the power to bend truth and normalize sin, the power to quietly redirect a life by redirecting how people understand God. That's why the Bible speaks so carefully and so seriously about teachers. James doesn't warn people away from teaching because it's difficult. He warns them because of its weight. Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. James 3:1. That verse doesn't exist to scare people. It exists because influence doesn't stop at ideas, it reaches lives. And Scripture is very clear about where the greatest danger usually comes from. Not from voices outside the faith, but from voices inside it. That's why Jesus issues one of his strongest warnings in this way. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. Matthew 7:15. That image only works because it's subtle. Wolves don't arrive looking dangerous. They look familiar. They sound reassuring. They use the language of faith. They borrow the tone of care. They appear safe enough to trust. Deception, biblically speaking, is not accidental. If it were obvious, it wouldn't work. So Jesus doesn't tell his followers to watch for frightening voices. He tells them to watch for convincing ones. Because the real danger isn't someone who sounds hostile to truth. It's someone who sounds close enough to it to be believed while quietly leading people somewhere else. That's why the Bible treats influence as a serious threat, and why it spends so much time teaching discernment before damage has time to take root.